Everyone joining on YouTube, thank you for joining. We are doing Tyranids today. Um, and I did say YouTube on purpose, everyone. Don't think I'm not uh, going senile. We are live streaming on both YouTube and on TikTok. I appreciate that, Dragon. So, like before, when we did do a live stream on both, if you see me looking over here at the YouTube, um, it's just me checking comments. If you see me looking over here and you're watching it on YouTube, I'm checking comments over on TikTok. Now, if you are watching us on TikTok, we do have a gift goal going on. 50 Tiny Dimies. And you guys get to pick the next miniature. Now, Dragon's going to hate me. BS208 Creations, thank you for joining. So I did check out the Warhammer website. And the Biotyrant that you suggested, Dragon, is available on their website. However, after looking through a lot of the data sheets and everything, that would more so be for a personal game. I wouldn't be able to use that in an official tournament or anything like that. And what we're trying to do real quick is just build up official tournament ready Tyranids for when we start to do those. Sherry, thank you for joining. We are continuing work on our Tyranids. Whoever is watching us over on live, I appreciate you. We are painting Tyranid Rippers today. I do apologize for the camera quality. So, while we could get the Biotyrant Dragon, we are going to hold off on that one. Thank you for watching us on both, Dragon. I appreciate it. As I was saying, even though we would be technically able to get the Biotyrant, we are going to try to limit it to official miniatures that can be used in tournaments. Because eventually I do want to get into more tournament-heavy play. The Hobby Channel, thank you for joining us. Wolfgar, thank you for joining. We're continuing work on our custom Hive fleet of Tyranids. This is our Rippers. I had a feeling that's why you did it. It is a beast of a... I did check it out. It is a beast of a miniature. Though I think that the other Forge World Tyranid was slightly bigger, and it was for the same price. And it is aerial. Ida, thank you for joining. We are finishing up our rippers, and then we are going to move on to the next of our Tyranids. I believe it was the Banshee. It was the one that could carry, I want to say they were harpies or gargoyles on its back. But that as well is not officially allowed in tournaments. Because I was looking at them like, ooh, that looks like a nice model I'd love to get. Thank you for liking the live, Dragon. For those joining, if you do see me, look over here. That's my right. Senpai Namori, thank you for joining. If you see me looking over to my right, it's me checking the YouTube we have going up at the same time. And if you're on YouTube and you see me looking over here, it's me looking at the TikTok. The TikTok is more active. But yeah, we are continuing work on our Tyranids. And I think that they are coming along pretty good. All we have left is the Carapace to really touch on. Mike, thank you for joining. Ugh. Bear with me for 1 second while I grab a drink. And yes, I know you're going to get mad at me, Mama Scarecrow, for grabbing another one of my work sodas. So, James, thank you for joining. Everyone for liking. Thank you for getting us to 1K. Let's try getting up to 2K tonight. We've been kind of plateauing around 2K, 2.5. For those of you that are joining, we do have a gift goal at the very top. 50 Tiny Dinies. You all get to pick the next Tyranid I buy. So, I'm actually debating on how I want to do this. Because if you look at the carapace on the back, I did it in a reverse way than what everyone else does, which is fine. But I may go back over it and do it the other way. Have not decided yet. So let me get your advice. Sorry. On the carapace, I'm trying to get it to focus. Should we do it where the gray is up top, curving in, or leave it the way it is? And then when, thank you for joining. Leave it as is. Okay. Yeah, it was worrying me because I see so many other content creators go from the top of the crest down. I was like, am I doing this wrong? Is this not supposed to be how it is? So I was just a little worried, is all. Dragon, once again, thank you for all the likes. I appreciate it, buddy. Battle Paladin, thank you for joining. We are continuing work on our Tyranid Rippers. Bless you, baby. Now, with it being the weekend, what's everyone's plans this weekend? Brick the Bar, thank you for joining. We are just continuing work on our Rippers. Three Tiny Downies, thank you. Roar, roar, roar. I can't do it as good as some of the other content creators out there, but I appreciate you all for gifting us the Tiny Dinies. If we reach 50 Tiny Dinies, you all get to pick the next Tyranid I buy. That is legal in tournaments, so no Forge World. Brickbard, thank you for the heart. We're going to do laundry. That's no fun on the weekend, but we're probably going to do that on Sunday anyway. Sunday's usually our cleanup day, especially with the little one. Right now, he is at my parents', so makes it a little bit easier. So, Brickbard, in case you have not seen, this is the color scheme of our Tyranid army. You get a new fridge on Tuesday. That is awesome. Is it one of those smart fridges where you press a button and you can see inside of it? Ah, that's not fun. I've always wanted a fridge like that. since they started releasing them. I just don't have a frame of reference on where to buy them. Thank you, Bard. I appreciate that. I've seen that they are expensive. Lord Michael D&D, thank you for joining. We've kind of taken a step away from the D&D for the time being and working on our Tyranid army for Warhammer, but this is our color scheme. Step up here. Dragon, thank you for the likes. And how's everyone's start to the weekend? $3,000 likes. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Dragon. I appreciate that. We are going, for those familiar with St. Louis, there is a children's museum called the Magic House. And for my birthday, my dad decided to buy me a membership for it, even though I'm a 30-year-old man. But it was a gift for my son on my birthday. So we are going to take little man there tomorrow. You have a good night too, Bard. And hey, once the kids are asleep, because I want to try to stay on a little bit longer. It just depends on how long the phone lasts. If the phone does decide to decease itself, we are going to still be going live on YouTube. So feel free to come over there. Tiny Diney. Rawr. April Ballard, thank you for joining. We are painting our rippers. And our current gift goal, Snake River, thank you for joining. Our current gift goal is 50 Tiny Dinies, and you all get to pick the next miniature we paint when it comes to Tyranids. Brickbard, thank you for the like. Once again, if my phone does die, we are still going live over on YouTube. So you can go over there, Scarecrow Miniature Painting, and follow us there as well. Two down, two to go. Davey, thank you for joining. We're painting up our Tyranid Rippers. This is what we got so far. So these two right here have been fully painted in the color scheme that we are doing. Let me get up closer. Whew. And how's everyone tonight that's in chat? I want to see some happy faces. Daryl, thank you for joining. We are painting some Tyranid Rippers right now. Not sure what that was, but my TikTok decided to spaz out a little bit there. Danielle, thank you for joining. We are painting some Tyranid Rippers right now. Feel free to stay and watch. We do have a current like or gift goal, I should say. Of 50 Tiny Dinies. If we reach 50 Tiny Dinies, y'all get to pick the next kit. We are finally working on the final one of these ones. And there was one step that I forgot to do on these, but these ones are so tiny it's not even going to be noticeable anyway. And that was to do the what's the word I'm looking for? Red wash. Well, actually, I could do it. I did the red wash after the green yesterday. But there we have it. Our rippers. So what I'm doing real quick is I'm just giving everything a quick red wash. It'll bring out that red pigmentation even more. I appreciate that, Dragon. Jen, thank you for joining. Yo, it's Philip. Thank you for joining. We are continuing our Tyranid rippers from yesterday. We're just adding our red wash to them. And here they are with the wash. As you can see, that brought out the red even more. And that's the goal. I'm not going to need that one for a little bit. Bear with me. Tommy, thank you for joining. I think we're going to do this one next. There's another bit I missed. Oop. Nope, I cannot. Is that not glued in all the way? I guess it was not. Bear with me, everyone. I gotta do a quick maintenance on one of them. For some reason, the shoulder cannon came right off. Trying to get back to where it was. Should be right there. Well, we were going to paint this one next, but now that we got to do maintenance, we're going to have to let him dry. So we will move on to this one. Now, the reason I'm doing these ones is because these ones have the tongue. I'm sorry, my mustache keeps getting in my mouth. I'm trying to fix it. Carl Jones, thanks for joining. So, like I was saying, though, the reason we're doing these ones are because of the fact that they have this tongue. And what this tongue is important about is we're going to use UV glue or UV resin, not glue, to highlight those tongues and give them a neat effect of drool. So we are going to move on up to our next. There it is. Project Nerdify, thank you for joining. Low-Key Memes, thank you for joining. For those of you joining, we are painting our Tyranids. Now, these Tyranids are a custom Hive fleet. I have not named them yet. Mainly because I'm trying to think of a name, but also we really don't have one. Live, Leaf, Love, thank you for joining. Let's continue painting these nids. And per usual, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing something a certain way, feel free to ask. There are no stupid questions here or sad answers. Leaf, how have you been? I haven't seen you on in a while. I guess Leaf joined and then left. One thing I've learned since painting these Tyranids is I need to start painting before I build. Ronan, thank you for joining. Mainly because they have so much intricate little details that once you have it built, some of them are nearly impossible to reach. For instance, this claw right here that I'm working on, I'm trying to take it from the back to get to it. Dragon, thank you for coming back. How are you doing? So this arm, if you notice, I am leaving different spaces unpainted. So we're going to go back over them with our green. One thing I'm hoping for tomorrow is once we are done with the Magic House, my local games workshop is only about 15 to 20 minutes away from it. So we are, or I more specifically than we, um, I am hoping that they still have this month's mini. Sorry, I was getting heartburn out of nowhere there. For those that do not know, Games Workshop hosts a monthly giveaway for a free miniature of the month. This month's miniature is a Tau. And even though I don't play Tau, and I probably won't, I'm still going to get it just for the experience. Mama Scarecrow, thank you for joining. But one thing I am hoping for with going to Games Workshop tomorrow is that I can convince Mama Scarecrow there to begin her journey into miniature painting as well. Models and Games, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it, man. We're working on our Tyranid Termagants. So far, we've done one Termagant and the Rippers in the color scheme that we have chosen. And as I was saying, maybe we can convince Mama Scarecrow when we go to Games Workshop tomorrow to begin the journey of miniature painting. I could bring her in there and say, hey, look, she's never painted, she's never played. And they may give, because of her not being or because of her being new, they may give her the tutorial miniature to start off with that they typically give out to new players. So if you've never played Warhammer or Age of Sigmar, and you really didn't know what it was until you started watching me or other content creators, and you have a local Games Workshop near you, walk on in there. Let them know, hey, I've never played. I have no clue what any of the factions do. I don't even know what they look like beyond what I've seen a couple of my favorite content creators paint. And they may give you a free miniature. I say may because I've never painted. No, I take that back. I have painted, but I've never played Warhammer or Age of Sigmar. Cam, thank you for joining. How are you doing, brother? Long time no see. Painting some Tyranids. Got them for my birthday. We're painting them up. We're doing our own Hive fleet. This is what it looks like. Very nice. How was your vacation? I appreciate that. Very nice. Very nice. So, were you up this way or was Geldy down with you? I was kind of confused on that whenever I was seeing you two playing together. Geldy came to you. Okay, I thought you came here and I was going to get mad at you for not coming by and saying hi. I actually cried myself to sleep because of that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm glad your vacation was nice and you guys stayed a couple extra days. Lord knows that I need a vacation. Ah, I get you. No, I was talking about what we got planned for the weekend. We are going to the Magic House. For those of you that don't know what the Magic House is, it is a children's museum in St. Louis. I get that. I get that. Honestly, I haven't even seen Geldy online, so I don't know what he's up to. Blessif, thank you for joining our live. Well, I do have everyone that is joining up in here. I do want to mention the giveaway we have going on up there. Or that giveaway, the gift. The gift goal. Had a brain fart. The gift goal is 50 Tiny Dinies. And once we reach that, you guys will be able to pick the next Tyranid model that can be used in official tournaments. St. Louis, New Orleans, and Galveston next. Nice. If you just go a little bit further north, you'll hit Cheese and Nevada as well. They are in Wisconsin. They're actually closer to you guys than they are to me. What I would eventually love to see is us all do one massive live, like all of us Midwest painters doing one massive live together. Like, not I'm here, you're there, Geldy's at his house. I'm talking about like Cheesemat, Nymphea, you, me, Geldy, us all in one room, just cracking jokes, painting miniatures together, and all of us are on each other's cameras. Nice. And that's the if I'm not mistaken, that tattoo, that's the we were just talking about it earlier. The Tolkien logo, right? Nice. I have an idea for my next tattoo, but I'm not sure how well it would work. I know because I got my last name going down my ribs on this side. I'll double check. Yeah, this side. And this side, I want to get Vegeta holding Trunks. Specifically, Majin Vegeta holding Trunks. Before he sacrifices himself against Majin Buu. But I decided that I'm going to wait because I don't know what baby number 2 is going to be. So if baby's number two is a boy again, then I might just do Goku, Trunks, and Goten doing the father-son Kamehameha. From, if I'm not mistaken, that was Dragon's Wrath? Wrath of the Dragon? One of the unofficial movies. Or non-canon movies, I should say. Don't put that on me, Dragon. That's not me saying that I don't want twins. However, this one is too much like me. Cam, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate it. We are also live on YouTube as well right now. Israel Lopez, thank you for joining. Let me see. I did not get that request, Cam. Thank you. Cam, how you doing? Oh, hang on. There we go. Now I can hear you. For some reason, my volume was all the way down.
Oh, no worries. I'm doing good. Just getting back into the swing of things, hitting these commissions because I want to get some more of it done. Because I got some wins that were waiting for me from eBay when I got back from vacation, so I'm like chomping at the bit to get some of my own stuff done.
Yeah, I get you there.
And my local shop is doing a Spearhead tournament this month. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do for an army for that. I think I'm going to do my Sylvaneth.
Are they still allowing Sylvaneth? I thought Sylvaneth was on the chopping block for Spearhead.
No, Sylvaneth are still in. Wood Elves are out.
Wood Elves are out. Yeah, because they moved Wood Elves over to Old World, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing anyway. I haven't seen them over there yet. But the spearhead for my giants is literally just 3 of the small giants.
Yeah.
It's 4. Might be 4. So I don't know how effective that would be.
Yeah. No, you've missed a little bit while you were gone. Not saying that I had bad blood or anything with the warp or anything like that. It just it was not my fit. So
Gotcha.
I did leave the warp.
I mean, it's admirable to just say this isn't a good fit for me and I'm going to move on. Some people would make a big fuss about it.
I know you're doing your things. I do see that Blussif and Dragon both say hello to ya.
Hey, how's it going? I'm doing good. Back from vacation, which was fun but slightly exhausting. It's an 18-hour drive. We didn't do it all in one go, but we made a hell of a chunk out of it.
Oh, you got it with those kind of drives, though.
Yeah, basically we drove until there was nobody fit to drive anymore, and then we found a hotel for the night. On the second night, we drove way late. It was like, do we get a hotel room for like 4 hours? So we said, hell with it, and just slept in a truck stop parking lot.
Yeah, originally we were supposed to go down to my grandma's this weekend, but she had some issues with her boyfriend. So we changed plans.
What you got to do?
Yep. Like I told her, it's not.
Let somebody else's drama dictate what you're going to do.
Well, I mean, it's not even her fault. He has health issues right now, and it just got hectic. It got to the point where my aunt with Down syndrome actually is staying up here this weekend. Not with us, but to my knowledge, she's either at my dad's house or with my brother right now.
It's good you guys have that support network built in.
I think it was actually just dropped on my dad. My grandma's potentially got dementia, so she tends to space on what she actually says. And
but she may have meant to ask, but didn't.
Yep. Like, she called me this morning, and she's like, I don't even know who I just called, but okay. I'm like, Grandma, it's me. And then she's like, oh yeah, I meant to call you. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, I thought something was wrong.
Right.
Because she usually doesn't call.
Not expecting a phone call like that.
Because she doesn't call me usually. I usually call her. And then, like, my memory's shot, so I don't even remember what the conversation was about, but I just remember sitting there eye rolling, like, yes. Oh, no, I remember what it was now. When we went down there for Memorial Day weekend, she asked us how to set up her Wi-Fi because she could not get more Wi-Fi for some reason. And me and Mama Scarecrow over there, we set it up for her. And next thing you know, I get a call today saying, hey, what's my Wi-Fi password? I'm like, Grandma, we wrote it down for you for a reason.
You are officially the IT department.
Man, I did IT for who was it? It was AT&T. I'll never do it again.
Oh, now you're just IT for Grandma. I got into that whole mess when I was younger. It was before computers were a big thing, but I was kind of into electronic stuff. So anytime somebody's TV didn't work, they bought a new VCR or DVD player. I was like, oh, this isn't working right. Come hook it up for me. And I'm like, I don't know any of this shit any better than you do, but I read the instructions.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the internet was a thing, I was like, I just Google better than you do. But yeah, I remember getting phone calls like, I helped my uncle wire his house so he could run cable to all the bedrooms.
Yeah.
And he wanted to put a VCR in one of the bedrooms and screwed up how it was connected and couldn't figure out why the VCR was broadcasting to every other TV in the house, except for the one in the bedroom. And for some reason, I couldn't talk him through it on the phone to just switch the two cables. You just switch the cables around. So, yeah, I got those kinds of phone calls all the time.
See, I'm glad that my uncle that I got left, he's really into IT and stuff like that. Like I guess my dad told him, hey, we got an Xbox 360. And the first thing he does is mails us up Game of the Year editions of Fallout 3 and Oblivion.
Nice.
This was an 80-year-old, now 80-year-old man. He's probably in his late 60s, early 70s at that point.
But he was hip to what the kids were doing.
Well, no, here's the thing, so he's always been into RPGs. So he knew what good RPG was, and he knew that Elder Scrolls was the pinnacle of RPGs.
Kind of the king of the hill at the time, yeah.
Still is. The only thing that they got going on for them is that it's taken too long for 6. And that everyone's getting tired of them remastering Skyrim.
Right.
But
on those resources, I'm getting 6 out.
yeah. But I sat there and I called him the night that we got in, and I'm like, dude, thank you. He's like, yeah, how far are you into it? Because I was playing and I was just on speakerphone. I'm like, oh, I just left the sewer. I'm gonna go to the city. He's like, oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna guide you somewhere. I'm like, oh, okay. He guided me to the arena. And he's like, have fun. This is the easiest way to make gold. And I didn't know that you could adjust, because I was used to Morrowind, where Morrowind had one difficulty level, and you were stuck with it. So I'm sitting there, and I'm on the second or third arena fight. And I call him up. I'm like, why did you send me here? I get that it's cheap gold, but I could easily go rob somebody else. I can't get past this fight. He's like, what's your difficulty at? I'm like, what do you mean, what's my difficulty at? It's Elder Scrolls. There's only one difficulty. He's like, dude, they changed that with this one. I'm like, oh.
And you can dynamically swap it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he showed me how to do it, and he's like, go back in that fight. I'm like, okay. He's like, now, kick their asses. I'm like, okay.
Just sit there and milk the gold.
Oh, that's what I usually did. And then I would do that until I got bored. Most of the time when I was doing Oblivion runs. Even with Oblivion, my build was always an archer. Except for with my archers, I always went and did the Mage Guild questline for the staff that you can make.
You had a little extra oomph behind it if you needed to.
No, I would just run out of arrows in the middle of a long fight, and then I would just cast that. And I built like a extremely overpowered staff.
I mean, you gotta have a backup plan. And you're right, archers run out of arrows eventually. And the last thing they want to do is have to charge into melee.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you have not built any of your defenses up. And you're just running around in light armor.
Yeah, that's just asking for an ass whooping.
One thing that I disliked about what was it? It was Skyrim was the fact that they took away the class system.
Did they replace it with something, or was it just like
So
based on what you did?
So the class system was completely taken out in Skyrim. Whereas in Morrowind, after you got your star sign and you got to choose your class and you could create your own class, Bethesda felt for new players it was too convoluted to do a class system. And I'm sitting there thinking these are RPG players. They play D&D.
Right. Or they've played multiple RPGs on console.
Dark Brotherhood is always a good quest line too, Dragon. I always do that one as well.
See, I don't know because I've never played any of these games.
Really?
I was kind of just ahead of the time frame when I was getting out of video games and stuff.
Gotcha.
And I've never had a computer set up for gaming, so I missed out on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I get you. Choppa, thank you for joining.
What's happening, boss? Got another batch of orcs in the works. Just working on building these Zangors right at the moment.
For those of you joining, our like goal of 50 tiny Dinies gets you the chance to pick the next Tyranid that we buy.
All of the Tyranids.
Oh, that's the goal. Like I've already decided that if a Tyranid has multiple builds, like the Carafax and Old One Eye,
right?
I'm buying 2 at least. One to do both sets. Like when I actually start playing, it is going to be an onslaught of just like 6 rippers, 6 10-unit sets of Termagants. Just when I say Hive fleet,
I buy the one of each to build each of the options, and then add extras of whatever is necessary.
Yep. Like I said, when I said Hive fleet, I meant Hive fleet. This is what we got going so far.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do the tongue yet. I forgot about that. What color am I going to do that tongue? Do I want to do red or do I want to do green?
Yeah, like right now I've got 2 Carnifexes built.
Yeah.
I got one built, one is sitting in parts. And the next thing for them is to get another one to build Old One Eye.
You gonna do the traditional Old One Eye scheme?
Probably gonna give him a little bit of a variation on the scheme that I'm doing the rest of my army with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm doing. Somebody said it's similar to High Fleet Gorgon. It's a dark green and with bone armor.
Yeah.
then black claws.
Yeah. Yeah, we get that it's the same set dragon. What we're talking about is like both of us planned on buying the set twice. What's up?
Buying enough to build both versions.
Uppies, let's see.
Hello, gorgeous individuals.
That's
Greetings and salutations.
That's better, Choppa. Don't forget that next time. I'm giving Choppa crap because of the fact that whenever we were in a Bunny server, he called Lou cute or smexy or something like that, and I said, whoa, only him? And then he just didn't respond.
So yeah, you got to bust him up a little bit.
Oh yeah, you got...
Daddy. I must keep a polite and proper tone and greeting with everybody while on live.
Can I see? Are you on probation?
I don't know. It is good to have access to live again.
Oh, you weren't around, Cam. You didn't hear about what happened.
I caught little bits of it because I checked in on the Discord here and there, but there was so much going on, and sometimes it was a couple days in between.
Yeah.
I got myself in trouble for mentioning a food product and my dog in the same sentence.
Dad, what is that face?
And was kicked off of the Tickle Tax for not nice speech. You're welcome.
Well, I'm glad you got it sorted out and you're able to come back.
Yeah, it was. They denied my appeal first off, and then they told me I was stuck until today. And I saw you guys were on, and I was like, I'm going to pop in and say the hellos in a polite manner. Can you two stop arguing before you get me kicked off of TikTok Live again? Huh?
I wanted to get kicked off.
Lay down.
You say he wants you to get kicked off?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. We should be in a butthead. We're still out of my dad's for another couple of days.
I see. This is my first day back from Texas.
I'm still over in South Dakota.
Toria, thank you for joining.
Hey, Toria. So yeah, I was going to take some hobby stuff with. And I was like, no, I'll just pick something up while I'm down there. And we went to a couple of game stores, but the only thing I came back with was a new expansion for one of my board games and a bottle of Noosh.
What board game?
Sagrada.
Never heard of it.
It's a game about making stained glass windows out of colored dice with numbers.
Okay. Actually sounds pretty fun.
It's really easy to learn and to teach, but it's got a lot of depth to it once you get going with it.
I had nothing to do with the comments getting filtered. It was not my fault. I swear to God, I did nothing wrong.
Comments were getting filtered. I didn't see nothing. Oh,
And
yeah, I
some
see.
comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. It was not me.
Somebody said troll, but
You gonna go get your pillow and stuff, Dibs?
That's great, isn't it?
You still get to be near me, and I'm gonna keep you one night, and then me and you can snuggle up on my beanbag when we get home, okay?
Yeah.
45 days of Anna coming through for me.
And you will sleep with me tomorrow. Or on Monday when we get home. I'll bring you back to Grandpa's on Tuesday, okay? Yes. Shh. Watch a movie.
That's not good. That's not good.
Hush, what is it? Where did it go? Where did it come from?
It was in there.
Oh. Okay, go. Get your pillow. No.
Ugh.
Uncle Danny's way too busy for that, dude. What? No crap, Luciff. Don't remind me. We'll discuss this later. Understood? Quiet. Watch your show.
Choppa, have you seen the NID color scheme?
It's nice.
Grab one of mine, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I've got something handy.
It's a handy dandy notebook. I know. I'm trying to be super careful. It's super difficult. It's my on screen either. That's a lictor.
Nope, this is Von Ryan's Leaper.
Ooh, yep. I see what you're talking about with it being close to the Gorgon.
They're the baby lictors. Yeah.
Well, that's like I was looking at different ones.
All right. Well, before I accidentally get banned, it was good seeing you guys.
It's good seeing you
Yeah,
too.
good talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Yeah, enjoy your trip, and we love you. We want to see more of you.
Well, we'll hope as long as clock app allows me.
We'll keep an eye out for you when you get back home and on a regular streaming schedule again.
Yeah.
All right. Later, guys.
Have a good one.
Take care, man.
But no, I was looking at different or what is it called? Hive fleets. And the closest one that I can find that mine is similar to is the Behemoth.
Yeah, I can see that. But you've got green where they've got blue.
Well, I got green where they got blue, but also like they don't have the green. They don't have a blue underbelly, whereas mine have that green underbelly. Like I'll show you what I'm talking about.
So you could call it an offshoot branch of Behemoth if you felt like it, or you just make up your own name.
Yep. Here's the Rippers. I really like how these turned out. Come on, focus.
There we go. Yeah, those turned out great. I just got a bundle of Rippers from eBay auction today.
Nice.
Well, it was waiting for me when I got home yesterday. I got three pack of Rippers. I got a unit for my Gloom Spike gets for special characters that are probably going to get cut from 4th edition, but that's okay. It'll be a good painting project for later.
Yeah, I saw that they were starting to talk about cutting them, and I'm like, wait, hang on, what?
I think a lot of the Underworld's warbands are going to go away, which isn't the end of the world, because the couple that I've looked at haven't been anything, super spectacular. They're just fun little side projects to throw into your army.
Yeah, Nymphea, thank you for joining. Our current gift goal is 50 Tiny Dinies, and you guys get to choose what the color scheme, or not color scheme, choose the next Tyranid model. Color scheme was the last one. In case you didn't hear about that, Cam, so I'm sitting there, minding my own business. I just started the live. Minner pops in, And goes, hey, what's the live goal for? And I said, oh, if we get 20 tiny Dynies, I'm going to let you guys choose the color palette for the Tyranids because I was building them and I was painting them. And she's like, oh, cool. Drops 20 at a time and then dips. I'm standing there on screen like,
I just keep coming.
Well, I didn't know how to even react because I was like, okay, I know it's Minner. I know Minner does this, but at the same time, is she actually going to stop?
And 47.
Trying to remember which one of these had a broken claw whenever I got it out of the box.
If it's like badly broken, reach out to GW's support. They're usually pretty good about replacing things. Like if it's going to make the model look janky.
It wasn't too terribly bad. It was just, for instance, I know one of these, can't remember which one it was. I could tell I was going to have to re-glue one of the guns because it was just like really loose. I want to say it was this one right here, actually. But one of the claws was like snapped off. It looked like it was snapped in half. So I had to re-glue it. But since then, it looks like they are all... this one right here. See
yeah,
that?
if it's an easy fix like that is one thing, but like if you got something a little more serious that's going to force you to do more work on it than you should,
yeah,
get a hold of their customer support. They're really good about like sending out replacement models and stuff.
See how it's giving a little wiggle?
Yeah, just a little. Got a super glue in the armpit will take care of that.
Well, no, so it was the like easiest way I can show it was on this one. It was literally snapped right at the claw, like right at that joint.
Oh, yeah, that's a pain to do anything with. You just got to get it on there and hope.
For a second there, I thought this was the finished one. I'm like, why am I painting the finished one? Why is the finished one up there? I don't remember putting it up there. Because I remember looking at the finished one and noticing that this was a little paler than I wanted, so I was just going to do a quick dab on that.
So do you have any specific models that you're looking at for the next buy?
I'm wanting to get the assimilator. I know it's a lot of money, but price range, Hormigans.
And a nice base for your army.
Yeah, I got it.
Have you looked up what's in the Tyranid Spearhead?
I didn't know they were doing Spearhead for 40K. I thought they were...
Combat Patrol?
Yes, I've looked into that, and it's about the same price as the assimilator.
I would look at what it would cost you to pick up those models.
Yeah.
So you have a functional Combat Patrol right out of the gate. So if you wanted to get some games in, you could play Combat Patrols to get the mechanics and everything figured out.
See, I'm actually looking into that. It's weird though. So I downloaded, or I signed up for Warhammer.com, right? I didn't do the plus. I just did regular Warhammer.com.
Right.
For some reason, when I am home, it shows me it in pounds. Shows me the price in pounds. When I'm at work, it shows me it in US dollars.
Well, there's a spot to select your country if you go out to the very entrance of the shop.
Uh-huh.
I find that I have to do it pretty frequently, otherwise it defaults back to the UK.
Yeah.
So I've just gotten to the habit of starting there and making sure that it's selected.
And see, I'm going to start doing that because, like, I just thought it was funny that it kept pushing me back to the UK. I'm like, I'm not in the UK. And then
I don't want to pay shipping from the UK.
I really don't. Even though some of them I'm going to have to because they're online only.
Online only, you can still get, US pricing.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, the online only just means that shops aren't going to have that model
Okay.
unless they specifically buy it directly from Games Workshop and put it on the shelf.
And no one's going to do that.
My shop will order online only stuff for you
But they won't put it out there.
because they do still get a small price incentive, but it's nowhere near what they would from the other ones, from the regular models.
Yeah. And then yeah, I really want to get all of them. Hermagant is the next goal. Gene Stillers also, because like I said, I've been pricing them all day because it was the 5th. Nobody's working.
Well, are there Hormagants in the combat control?
And that's why I'm really looking into that because I get a Biovore, I get the Biovore, I get Hermagant, I get it's not the Neurolector, it's the smaller, they look like they're rides.
The Von Ryan's Leapers?
No, not the Von Ryan's Leapers. It's the ones that have a beak. It starts with an N. I know that.
Neurolictors?
No, it's not Neurolictors. They're small. They're a smaller model like this, maybe a 40-inch base. Or
Let me just get my iPad, and we'll see exactly what's in there. I know it's most of what's in the Leviathan box.
Yeah. I'm just mad I can't think of what that is now.
Come on, load up.
Yeah, they're the one with the beak. That's all I can remember. Like, they have no eyes and they have a beak.
Oh, the Neurotyrant.
Maybe.
They're like tall with tentacles hanging down. They come with 2 little dudes with it.
Nope. They're not tall. They're small. They look. The easiest way I can explain it is they look like the Saurians raptors.
Let me pull it up here. Combat Control Tyranids. One Winged Prime, 1 Psychophage, 3 Von Ryan's Leapers, 5 Barbgons.
That's Barbagons.
20 Termagants, 2 Ripper Swarms.
But yeah, that's them, the Barbagons. I don't know why I thought they started with an N.
I mean, you may be just as far ahead to go on like eBay and see if you can pick up somebody's tiered at half of Leviathan, and that'll get you all of that stuff.
Yeah. Lupine, thank you for joining.
And then some if you get the full version. But yeah, I would start looking at that and say, when you're going to let people vote on what to get next, have them vote from that list. So then you can build towards if you're not going to buy the whole box,
Yeah.
you can unit by unit build towards it.
Yeah, I might start doing it that way. I'm not sure yet. This was more of a last minute thing, mainly because I thought I was getting money from my parents for my birthday. Instead,
They surprised you with bugs.
No, sadly no.
No.
No. So we were telling my stepmom and my dad about how my mother-in-law got my brother-in-law for his daughter a Magic House membership. And if you don't know what the Magic House is, it is a children's zoo here in St. Louis. Cheese Man, thanks for joining.
What's happening, Cheesy?
And pretty much they have a membership, and my wife was telling my stepmom about how my in-laws got her brother that, and for their daughter, and how she was thinking about getting it for our son. So my parents had the bright idea of, hey, for Steven's birthday, let's just go out and buy him a membership for the Magic House. Because, yeah, that's exactly what a 30-year-old wants to do, go to a children's museum.
You'll get to do plenty of that as your kids get older.
Well, that was my dad's actual response, because my mother-in-law was, or my stepmom was like, why would we do that to him? That's more for the little one. He goes, that's what he gets. He's a father now.
He's a dad now. He gets presents for the kids.
That was literally my dad's response. I'm like, I hate you, but I love you at the same time, because I cannot fault you with that logic, because the logic is sound.
Right.
So
Dragon, and most shops I think will order the online only stuff. They don't make as much profit on it because they don't get it at the retail discount.
I looked at him and I said, for Christmas, do I at least get something that I can use?
Can I plant the idea for Christmas?
Well, I made the joke of, come on, you couldn't even give me a mini? And he's like, do you realize how much those minis are? My dad goes, I looked at those prices. Why would I do that? Yeah.
Because you love me.
Sorry about that, Matt. I just saw that the request was there.
Well, hello there.
What's happening?
We were just talking about you earlier.
Matt's finally. I was napping.
No, we were talking about how all of us Midwestern creators need to get together.
Well, where are you at?
I'm St. Louis, dude.
Yeah, that's not too far.
I'm smack dab in the middle.
Well, misery loves company.
No, I heard you. I'm just trying to paint the inside of these
Oh man, this guy is not laughing at the dad jokes. He hasn't been there long enough.
Don't worry, it'll get there.
Yeah, no, I had to take my dad nap for the day after a whole week of malarkey.
Understandable.
My regularly scheduled sleeping, my sleeping schedule, my medication schedule, my work schedule, it's all goofed up because of this last week. Set it down. And if you want to set up the Xbox, you just gotta go grab it and...
Where is it? Where did you put it?
The tower for the Xbox should have been in the garage, but the power cords and stuff are in a different box.
You need to bring it inside.
I'm pretty sure the power cords are right there.
It is that spot.
How's the move going overall?
It should be right there behind me. Behind me. There you go.
Hey, Nymphea.
I love how I tell her behind you, and she looks to the left and goes, over there? And I'm like, no, behind you. full 180, baby.
Back and to the left.
I've never set this up before.
Full 180, boo-boo. Oh, shoot. We got to make sure we have the brains to the operation as well,
Uh-oh.
which should be downstairs. Yeah, so you need the HDMI cable, and then...
This was set up when I moved in. I never had to fuck with it.
Not the right one. And this is not the right one.
Uh-oh.
The one we need is more like...
Get in.
Quickly, to the basement! Onward! Yeah, she took me out to dinner. We had margaritas, and then she decided we were going to mix more when we got home, so we're having a good day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just know I will boot you if you start getting too frolicky.
So I'm having sweet margaritas while she has her sour ones.
If you get too frolicky, I will boot you right now.
It's a nice day for it. Yes.
No, we're having a date night.
How you doing, Dragon?
Kind of, sort of.
Oh.
So has everything moved into the new house, and now it's just the...
For the most part, there's a bunch of miscellaneous
Things.
less important things?
I guess it might still be out in the grass somewhere.
Uh-oh.
I thought I brought all the Xbox cords.
Not cooking, but it's just a very good.
Matt, we finished the Rippers.
You finished the Rippers?
How did that happen?
These green beards, I like it.
That's what I was saying. The contrast there is really nice.
Well, like, it's just the lower jaw, and it's not necessarily the teeth or, like, the neck bit. It's literally just the jaw. So it's
No.
Oh, yes, it's Greenbeard the pirate.
Oh no, it's the entire underbelly.
Oh, it's the neck beard, too?
No, dude, it's the entire easiest way I can think to explain is think of like a snake or any reptile really. How their underbelly is a little bit lighter. I just said, you know what? Full green. What's up, Dragon?
Just curious on how I
What's up?
just curious how I ended up in chat.
It said you sent a guest invite.
Oh, come in here, baby.
Okay. Well, hello, Matt. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing all right. I'm currently trying to... Aha! I knew I had all the Xbox cords in the same space.
Big Nerd, Stacy, thank you for joining.
Hey, Big Nerd, thanks for the advice on the game shop while I was out in Texas. We checked out the Forge and Empire Games. Another one.
HDMI cable. HDMI cable. This needs to be plugged in.
The Forge was very cool.
Good morning, Matt.
That cable, and this cable. Plug them all in.
So I'm not sure what's going on with you, Dragon, but it's kind of hard to hear you sometimes. Just letting you know that might be why they aren't responding.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm trying to hook her up with her Xbox because she hasn't played Baldur's Gate in like 2 weeks and she's freaking out.
Oh no!
She's having withdrawals.
Is it a wind sound or is it?
It's like your tone whenever you're talking, or your volume, I should say, is going in and out. Like you're in a tunnel, and then it's just dropping.
Oh. You were doing that earlier. I don't know what the issue is. It may be my internet.
Could be.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So here we got this. Now it's time to experiment. So Matt, Cam,
Oh, it's all at the top. I don't think it was mixed. All the tequila is at the top of the drink, so I take a sip and it's like, no, the sugar isn't helping.
Nice.
Poison.
Give it a good stir.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going, where are all my drops? Oh, Lord.
don't worry, I'm over here trying not to drink UV resin.
Yeah, that might not be good for your energy.
Hang on. Yes.
When they pack everything to the point where you're like, okay, gotta use my teeth to open this, but it says poison.
Nobody told me to yell at me to check the box when I didn't know to check this box to begin with. You say check the box like you told me already. I didn't.
What's in the box?
This is why I own Pokey Pokies.
I own Pokey Pokies too. It's just I didn't want to use the Pokey Pokies.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me.
Everybody else can. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Worry how what we're doing.
Shenanigans.
Sounds like shenanigans.
You're going to get a bunch of viewers just because they want to listen to this.
Mom,
Especially when we tell them all that you're topless.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting. I don't want to have to go back to the crawl space.
You should have seen the 20 or 30 viewers I had sitting there this morning. It was hilarious. They were in
What shenanigans were you up to now?
He was feeding himself this morning.
It's not hot. I just needed people to motivate me for work.
And unfortunately, finally around like 5 o'clock, I was like, I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll catch up with you.
I had enough people there.
5 o'clock. I finally passed out at 9 o'clock. So,
Specifically brought your control.
that's what happens when you don't sleep for 2 days. Oh, that's why. I'm sorry. I had 2 hours of sleep. And then I passed out at 9 and woke up at like 1.
But yeah, I was dazed and confused as I was at the store today.
What did you do this time?
I bought some models. Ones I had no business buying.
What did you get today?
I don't know why, but I wanted that dang tiger shark, that World War II tiger shark. I wanted that freaking airplane. And the 2 helicopters that were next to it.
Well, you know, really when a guy gets to like one of the options coming to World War II now.
For the entirety that I've lived in Wisconsin and gone to that drugstore for things, these models have all sat there and the prices have never really gone down. But I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna buy the thing that nobody buys. And so I got 2 Huey choppers. One's a gunship, the other is the firefighter.
Okay.
And then a P-40B Tiger Shark.
Which is flown by Americans.
Yeah, and it's also in 1/48 scale, which is really close to Warhammer scale. I might be able to fit orcs. I might be able to fit orcs or something in it. It'll be funny.
Nice.
And then there was a white Fruehoff gas truck from like the old dinosaur Sinclair gas stations.
Oh, nice.
So it came in like a similar like 1/48 scale. So I'm like, ooh, we can orc truck the heck out of that.
Why would you do that?
So I'm gonna have fun turning a gas truck into, basically some Thunderdome level stuff.
Well, put a flamethrower on it and some spikes on the back with a little pod so somebody can stand up there and you got yourself a Mad Max truck.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe a flamer off the back end or just a bunch of holes with grots sticking their heads out,
And so you can also want to be...
Orcs still have Scorcha? No, something they used to have.
I thought they always had murder.
Apparently there's the extra markings for the United States Army tanker. So apparently that same truck was used as a tanker. Here, I'll show you something.
So you could throw have a grot attached to the back of it with a chain, just kind of drag them behind the truck.
Ooh, everything went blue for a second. How do we do discotheque?
Yeah, see? It looks like, I know it's tiny screen, but it looks like that.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
And it says, it's the old, where's the emblem? It's got the dinosaur on it. The Sinclair gas station. And it's just a big gas tanker, but on the back of the box, I didn't notice this until just now, that it has, a starred, military logo on it.
Yeah, they used to use them to transport fuel and stuff like that for the military.
Well, it's the same gas truck they used in the military and at home. Because back then it was like, no, we got all these factories that know how to build military vehicles, so that's what everybody else is going to get too.
Yep.
Are we having these,
It's just like half the washing machine parts
A little
at
bit.
my half the washing machine parts at my work are actually the same parts we use on our military models.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, some things about it, like some of the programs and the heavy duty cycles and stuff aren't the same parts, aren't the same bit, but are they? There's 5 goblins all just... I didn't know that was a thing.
Wouldn't it be easier for you, Scarecrow, to use, hulu glue?
Probably, but I wanted to try out UV resin.
Okay.
Uhu hardens with the UV resin as well. Uhu has a UV resin one that still does the thingy.
Does
I'm
Uhu
just curious.
because every time I've tried to use Julie's resin, it's just irritating me to the point where I wanted to throw it.
I've heard of people mixing super glue and Elmer's glue really quickly to get a similar result.
Yeah.
If you use it quick enough, the chemical reaction from the super glue doesn't harden quickly enough, and you can actually get a good drool or glossy drool effect out of it.
I got a pretty good one in that one.
A friend of mine did, and my one shot. That was good.
We also got,
Dig it.
it's a dual pack. I was like, hey, wait a minute, that comes with 2 models for $20.
Show them what I got.
It's a double Huey helicopter.
So you have 4 Huey helicopters now?
No, just the 2 in this one box.
You ain't one here.
So it's 2 Huey choppers. One comes in a red plastic and the other comes in a green plastic to make things easy. And I thought it was pretty cool, and I'm like, oh, that'll make great kit bathing materials.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
So better than just having some kind of model dumping a bunch of, who knows what out of a firefighting helicopter.
Oh, I'm just glad I got that part done.
Nurglify the helicopter and make it look like it's just dumping sewage on people. That would be great.
Yep, there you go. I was just gonna say that. If you transform into something like Nurgle or like orcs dumping sewage on somebody, like haha, bleh.
Yeah. Plus, they're snapped together, no glue required.
You could literally
If I wanted to save one of them for my kid to build, I could.
Yeah.
And he likes red, so if I take the one with the the firepower, he can have the one that says Old Honky, or no, Old Smoky.
Well, they use the Huey for everything from troop transport all the way down to medical vac and carrying equipment.
No, that was the thing. Was like it was a time when we are going to make these vehicles versatile and capable of doing any job.
The helicopter is so good; it's still in use today. They use them in different mountain regions for rescue choppers.
They still use them as rescue choppers and all that, but like I said, one of them's a firefighting one. It's just got a dump attachment. The other one's got machine guns. You could do just about anything. For the longest time, I know for a fact they were commonly used as newscopters.
Yep.
Hey guys.
What's
Hi,
up,
guys.
guys?
Welcome back, Graham. But no, I picked up.
You've
been missed. I'll tell you what.
I'm going to get back on my regular scheduled programming as soon as I can.
That's what I've been doing. I was trying to work on my long videos this evening.
I missed out on Monday Night Happening.
Oh, that's what we got so far.
Forgot to check the skill levels on these though. But compared to Warhammer, I think they're pretty basic.
Looking good.
Nice.
I
think compared to Warhammer, they should be pretty easy.
on
Once
that.
they're complicated, you get some of the car models where you have to build the entire engine.
Well,
That's
I know that 4 and up starts to get real crazy.
right.
And it just hit me that I should have read the back of the Tiger Shark one, because apparently it's ages 12 and up in years. It's going to need glue and paint. It's got up to 120 pieces. And I'm like, okay, the level 1 build time is 30 minutes. Level 2 is an hour. Level 3 is 3 hours. Level 4 is 5+ hours.
I never made models when I was younger.
I didn't think about the fact that I picked up a 5+ hours model kit. That's for a 12-year-old to build it. It's going to be at least 5+ hours.
Oh, so it's going to take you 3 days, huh?
More than likely. Knowing me, I'm gonna sit there and get all like retentive about mold lines and shit.
Are you gonna end up kid bashing it?
Cam.
At some point, I'm just gonna get fed up, throw it across the room, and go, "Hey, look, terrain." I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, you build the model completely, and you're like, you spend all 5 plus, 12 hours on building the thing, making it perfect, and you show it off in your live, and you just go, "Okay, guys, look, it's perfect. Not a scratch, not a dent, not a ding, not a digger. It's polished."
I'm going to cut this in half and use it as terrain.
And then you just take it and you baseball huck it right against the wall in front of everyone on the live and go, "Look, now it's terrain."
What's up, Gonzo? No, Matt, whenever we all meet up, you and me are definitely doing a which Tyranid fleet is the best. The clowns or the jokers or this one.
Hey, they're. I still haven't figured out what sort of name. I've tried to look up the word clown in so many languages, even Latin, but it's just like I'm not finding. It's like high fleet. I don't know.
Dude, I'm the same way though, because I can't this is like a subsect of the behemoth. Because it's red and black.
Usually, when it comes to the high fleets, they usually go with the big tentacly monsters, Leviathan, Basilisk. It's either it's a serpent-like or tentacled mass that is like a big creature.
Yeah.
The Leviathan was a massive whale. Basilisk is a giant, absolutely enormous snake.
I got one for you. In Arkham, or Arkham City, what did the Joker inject himself with?
It was Venom.
See, that's what I thought.
Joker.
What up, Gonzo?
Like the Joker was injecting other people with his DNA and his Joker.
Gonzo. I mean, if you go with the Tim Burton movie, you can go with Smilex.
I fleet Smilex.
Yeah, but what am I gonna do for mine?
That would work because they had. Yeah, he was putting the Joker chemical in all the makeup and he was putting it in everybody's cosmetics.
Yep.
Oh, and that didn't.
And it was Smilex, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, high fleet Smilex worked. I like it.
Okay, but now we gotta figure out mine.
Because I distinctly remember the news crew just looked absolutely disastrous. I love how Tim Burton totally had this before moment where the news crews looked all pretty and they were delivering news about how some disasters were going down. And then all of a sudden the news crews are looking sweaty. The lighting is terrible. They've got zits popping up on their face. Their eyes are sunken in.
Well, did you hear the new?
Because they had to stop using their makeup and their cosmetics because they don't know what
was affected.
Yeah, they didn't know what specific brands were contaminated.
So, have you guys heard about this new thing going around? So, it started with some sort of influencer. And they were like,
Pan's got kids.
huh?
What? Peter Pan's got kids?
But no, so this influencer was like, yeah, what if Tim Burton did a superhero film? And then it spins.
He did.
Exactly. This younger generation does not know that.
No, they don't. What they don't realize is that Tim Burton, it's hang on. Technically, from the right perspective, every Tim Burton film is a hero film. If you're talking comic book superhero, that's a bit different.
Yeah, they're talking comic
Our
books.
superhero film, every single one of his films has a main superhero, someone who is literally rescuing a damsel or person in distress. Even if it was self-inflicted.
Even Sleepy Hollow?
Yes.
Ichabod's the superhero.
Ichabod's, I would say that Ichabod's the superhero and the horseman is in distress. In case you guys didn't notice, by the end of the film, you realize that the only reason the horseman's doing anything is because he wants his stuff back. And someone else is holding it ransom. And then I'm like, hey man, it's not the horseman's fault. Can't be the horseman's fault.
Tim Burton's Superman.
I would pay to see Tim Burton's Superman.
I would have paid to
Right?
see it. I'm sad that they canceled that. But we got Tim Burton Batman.
I want to see Superman in pastel, man.
But no, the whole thing that they were doing was they did like his traditional claymation style, like Corpse Bride and all that. And it was just little Bruce Wayne looking at a photo of his whole family. And it says Batman. And then the guy who played what was his name? Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. He hops in and goes, he's already done that. He did that twice.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I love it. But I want to see, like, the awkward, like, I want to see the suburban pastel colors with the occasional touches of goth, with, like, an outstanding goth in the middle. You know? Like, Tim Burton is well known for the fact that he does neon lights, pastel colors, and it's, like, suburban living and just one goth kid. It's always one stands out goth kid that winds up like saving the day because all the suburban moms.
Well, hang on. Beetlejuice 2 is having 2 goth kids. Winona Ryder's coming back and she's still being
Winona Ryder doesn't count as a goth kid anymore.
He's a goth mom.
She's goth mom with goth kid.
But I just love the trailer
I'm
because
just glad they're bringing, what was it? I'm just glad they're bringing Michael Keaton back for the role before he gets too
passing.
too aged out for the role.
But that's why I said 2 passing.
But just make him look cute.
With CGI these days, I mean, they made he was Ant-Man.
Well, prime example is Grand Moff Tarkin. He's dead, and they brought him back.
No, I'm talking.
You're talking about
really, really good CGI is
the de-aging for what's his name? Michael Douglas.
They can do that and make him back after you passed away.
in Ant-Man. That was it.
Yeah, they brought back. They did do that with.
They de-aged Hank Pym.
They did that with Leah.
They did bring back the actor who played Tarkin. However, there is so much scrutiny underneath them doing that because the family did not get consent.
You guys gotta remember they brought back Luke too. Disney's real good at going, hang on, we own this person's face.
That is true. They did bring back Luke. However,
George Lucas started.
Nico, thank you for the tiny dinies. Who did George Lucas bring back?
My man.
Matt, who did George Lucas bring back?
No, it's not about George Lucas bringing back. It's about guys like Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and
Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, Carrie Fisher. Yeah, Carrie Fisher has interviews going, guys, I still have nightmares to this day about the fact that I can't act. It was really difficult to find roles to act in without paying Lucasfilm's rights to my face.
Yeah.
Because they signed their contracts that they didn't think about the fact that George Lucas and Lucasfilms and what was it?
LucasArts. Spielberg only
contracts that the likeness that is Han Solo is owned by Lucasfilms, which means you don't own the rights to your face anymore.
Yeah, but that was
is now Princess Leia's likeness.
Yeah, but that got reversed in the 90s.
It took a while.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford had to fight for his likeness back
twice.
Because
Spielberg
his face is the face of Han Solo.
Well, so he had to fight for it for Solo, and then he had to fight for it again because Spielberg wasn't giving it to him for Jones.
No, Spielberg owned. Spielberg was.
Indy.
Spielberg and Lucasfilms had a contract together with Universal.
Yes, but Spielberg owned the contract for the likeness of Indiana Jones because it was his creation. Lucas just helped produce it.
Lucasfilms helped with the special effects and everything, and so did Spielberg. But the thing was, you had to pay Lucasfilms royalties for using that actor's likeness, because that actor's likeness is Han Solo. Like, Carrie Fisher talks about how she had nightmares over the fact that she would look in the mirror in her own house and realize she doesn't own her face.
See, the sad thing with Carrie Fisher is her mom passed away. Was it her mom that passed away first, or was it Carrie that passed away first?
Mom passed away first.
See, her mom passed away, and then a week later, she passes. Choppa!
Sometimes it's a series of unfortunate events.
We are not quoting that movie.
Oh, dude, I can't help it. Neil Patrick Harris did a freaking fabulous job.
Neil Patrick Harris did do a good job. However, that is not my count.
Jim Carrey started it and did a good job. But Neil Patrick Harris put the pin in it.
Not my Olaf.
Hello again, Chapo.
You're talking about
Not my Olaf.
What's up, Dice?
I think I got lost. I thought we were talking about you guys.
I bought kit bashing materials today.
So we were talking about Star Wars, and then I mentioned how Carrie Fisher passed away, and then
you gotta look at it from the perspective of, they did it not that long ago with Johnny Depp's face. They youngified him.
Yeah, they did for the what movie was that? It was Pirates 5.
Yep, they did. They youngified him for that one. And I'm just like, Disney has an special effects department for that stuff lately.
Oh, and they
so
do.
Technically, as long as Disney owns the likeness that is, say Mickey Mouse or whoever, as long as they own the likeness that is Jack Sparrow, then they can permanently own a certain aesthetic of Johnny Depp's face.
Oh yeah.
Johnny Depp doesn't own his face anymore. They can use it for whatever. Mark Hamill's face was reused for the recent Lucas stuff, and for a hot minute there, Mark Hamill couldn't get work as an actual actor. He went into voice acting because he didn't own rights to his face.
And he had two faces.
Because he had what was it? He had the accident, right?
Yep.
Did you know that Mark Hamill had to have facial reconstruction, and he still didn't own his face for both, because you had A New Hope, and then you had Empire Strikes Back and stuff with his reconstructed face.
Yep. So what's funny about the facial reconstruction is he even talks about it. He's like, yeah, they told me that there was nothing to worry about. They were going to get me patched up, everything like that. He's like, they got me patched up. However, there were talks of not even fixing me up. That's why, because it was going to take too long. That's why they filmed an Empire. That's why his face is all messed up.
Well, but Empire also flashes like what? Part of Empire is like they flash forward a good amount of years.
3 years.
Hey guys, I gotta drop out. I got a phone call coming in.
Okay, Kim, you have a good night.
I'm gonna miss you.
Catch up with y'all later.
Yeah.
Have fun, but I want to open a box. What's in the box?
Big one.
It's a box. But I don't know why. I've just recently grabbed a couple of extra model kits just because it's going to help keep me sane once It's going to provide me some comfort after doing my move at work today. I switched lockers. I'm officially back over to West Side, and I'm going to come home looking pale as a ghost again.
No, you bought the figures because you knew it was my birthday this past Monday, and you needed to give your buddy some good figures.
Gonzo picked up some figures I want, that's for sure.
Well, you're just addicted to plastic crack, so.
So this
this is true. Plus, I like broadening my hobby spectrum when it comes to all plastic model kits.
So this one's done.
There are some things I've learned from Warhammer that come in real handy for Gundam. There are things I've learned from other model kits that come in handy for other things. And I'm like, when you start broadening your horizons on the model kits a little bit, you actually improve or create new skill levels, and I like Picasso.
Yep. Cam, what do you think? Or Cheese Matt?
That's why I said I like it, Picasso.
I'm going to go back and redo the red on these ones. I changed the red to that brighter red that we use on the Carapace, and it shows up so much better.
Oh yeah, this is about the right size I needed for the kit bash I was going to do with that remote control car.
That's right, I skipped these two.
This is right about the scale I want.
Nice.
For Space Marines and such, it's like I could put a guardsman in this plane and it would fit. No problem.
There, I fixed the claws.
A Space Marine would be a chunky boy. I like it. Is Choppa still in it?
Choppa Kids going in.
Bouncing in and out.
Yeah. With that being said, I've been going for almost 2.5 hours. It is 10 o'clock. I gotta be up in 12 hours. I'm still wide awake, but I gotta get relaxed and going for bed. I do appreciate all of you joining. I love each and every one of you.
Down with the clown.
You're gonna get down with the clown, and I'm gonna win with this one. This is gonna be the only one that wins. He's gonna be the only one that survives the whole army.
I was gonna say one of my favorite things though to do was so far with those clowns that I've been painting.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things has been making each individual model very unique in their own right.
Yeah.
And that's actually taught. That's actually gotten me some really good, really amazing brush control for the most part.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like each, like for instance, the rippers and like anything that comes in a kit is gonna look exactly the same, and of course they're gonna follow the same color palette. But
well, it's kind of like, have you ever seen the guy who did the coconut crab themes for the knits?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you look at it, it's like it's a similar pattern, but no one knit is ever going to be the same because no one spot is good, no one dot, no one freckle is going to be in the same position.
Well, that's why like this one, I kind of just, if you look at that carapace, some lines are thicker.
Yeah,
compared
no
to
tiger is going to share the exact same stripes, you know?
Yeah.
Very true.
But with that being said, I am gonna end the live here tonight. If you guys are following me on YouTube, you don't gotta go over there and resubscribe. If you're not, go over there and subscribe. It's free.
Guys, he's leaving us.
With that being said, all of our affiliate links are over on our YouTube, our Patreon, our Facebook, our Instagram, even to get it here on TikTok. So if you got friends, you can just go over there, follow our YouTube, copy our link, or you could follow us here. We will keep doing the tiny goal of 50, and then you guys pick the miniature until it is met.
I demand a shrubbery.
Well, I had to increase it because of Minner coming in here dropping Minner.
Hey. Just remember, take one lesson from Senpai. Try not to go overboard with creating a challenge out of it.
Oh yeah, it's not too much.
Yeah. It's like if you create a challenge out of it, it's like, okay, now you have to reset the goal. And if everybody just floods it, it's like, oh man, I've got to do this goal 50 times. I've got to let them pick my next 50 models.
Yeah. See that's why I said for
it was a jelly bean. It was like the Harry Potter every flavor beans.
Yeah.
So you could get some really nasty flavors.
Mm-hmm.
It was him doing like every flavor mystery beans while at the same time doing those sour warheads.
Ooh.
And he wound up eating like way too many of them way too fast because people were meeting his goals too quickly.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you've eaten 6 sour warheads plus some like really nasty dirt flavored.
Yeah, I gotta give
jelly beans and sour warheads. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh yeah, I have to give Minner some crap because she pops in and goes, "Hey, what's the live goal?" I'm like, "Yeah, the live goal is if you donate 20 tiny Dinies, you guys get to pick the color palette for the Tyranid army." And she drops all 20. Goes, "Okay, bye." Doesn't
she dropped 200 points instantly, and I'm like, no, I'd have just dropped 2 paper cranes and said, "Deal with it, son."
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, how do I respond to this? I was like, well, Mary, you get to pick the whole army because you dropped all 20 of them. And she goes, oh no, I'm bad at color schemes. Just have somebody else pick them. So Dragon picked the color scheme actually.
I remember that you were asking her about that.
It was a fun time though. But like I said, with that, we are going to get off here tonight, and I hope to see you guys all later. Tomorrow we'll probably do one.
Of course. There will be a Discord for sure.
It might not be as long as this one. but I gotta get to bed. Like I was saying though, with each army, I am gonna keep the same color scheme: red, blue, black, and wolf gray for the highlights on the carapaces. Or red, green, black, and wolf gray. And then, like for instance, there's the Norn emissary. I haven't decided what color I'm going to do the brain.
I was going to say one of these days, I do have every intention of doing at least a kill team's worth of nids
Mm-hmm.
in Avatar, like the Blue Cat people, Navi.
Ooh, okay.
I want to do Avatar animal theme so that I shine a black light on these things and there's stripes going down the sides of their faces that only show up in the dark.
Like UV light type?
Yeah, so basically...
You mean like that?
Very specific stripes and dot patterns. They'll look like just, whatever flat color it is.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take some clear UV fluorescents and put them along the edges.
So now you've got me thinking, because now I want to get fluorescent ink for the UV and do the whole brain that way for the Norn.
Do the brain. Definitely do the brain in the UVs. The brains for like the neurothropes, the
emissary,
the maliceptor.
But like I was telling Cam, eventually I'm going to have every official... What I mean by official is those not from Forge World. Because you can still get the Forge World minis. It's just they don't show up on any of the
I'm
apps.
just going to 3D print the swarms of rippers that... I've already got the files set aside.
Mm-hmm.
To do like the Forge World Ripper swarms
Mm-hmm.
that actually have like what look like 50 little rippers.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. Those ones I want. I'm just gonna 3D print those because it's not worth getting puffy about. I also want to 3D print the flying ripper.